I'm Con Lillis. I'm an executive partner in Abacus Financial Consultants based in Dubai. I've got two names, Cornelius Lillis. A lot of people know me as Con Lillis. Con is the abbreviation of the name Cornelius. So it's not often used in the circles. Con's also another difficult one, I must admit, because of the connotations that it has. Yeah, people know me as Con Lillis, and I'm executive partner, Abacus Financial Consultants in Dubai. There are three executive partners that run and manage Abacus Financial Consultants. And we look towards delivering financial services products to the general public. Okay, well, I start right from the beginning. Basically, I joined the Met Police in 1982, left in 87 and joined financial services just before the crash of 87. Spent 5 years in financial services in London before coming out to Dubai in 1992. First moved to Abu Dhabi and then set up a company called Acuma in 1999. That was eventually sold to a Hong Kong businessman who's taken it further, and it's now basically been incorporated into the Zavir brand. When I sold Acuma originally, I left the market. I thought I was going to be going off into the blue horizon to do something completely different. But I was quite quickly called by one or two of the better executives, should we say, or the more qualified financial advisors who didn't like the direction of the company. They decided that it would be a very good idea to re-engage with me and ask me whether or not I fancied coming back. And once my non-competition clause was passed, which is a 2-year period, I indeed decided to come back. And then in 2013, in January, we decided it would be a very good idea to actually launch a new company, financial services, and taking everything good that we had learned over the years from the Acuma days and bringing that forward into sort of the new arrangement that is Abacus Financial Consultants today. And what we now do is we are regulated by ESCA, or the Securities and Commodities Authority. So we focus wholly on the investment side of financial planning. We don't have anything to do with the life side. We outsource all that service to other licensed brokers who we have cooperation agreements with. Well, our client base is predominantly British expatriates. They're looking towards receiving some form of quality financial advice in order to repatriate back home eventually. So it's retirement planning, long-term savings, or savings for the long term, should I say, which is not a long-term contractual thing. We concentrate and wholly focus on delivering great value investment propositions to our clients who are basically British expats or European expats, who have a mind to build their portfolios over time and then build their pension plans over time in order to secure their financial future in the long term. People will always be interested in long-term savings, I think, and actually investment strategies and investment planning, making sure that they've got the right portfolio which matches their attitude to risk. And we make sure that right at the outset we understand the client's situation. We want to make sure that whatever it is that we're recommending fits in with that client's individual attitude to risk. So we assess that really early on. Once we've done that, we then plug in that level of risk, if you like, or that attitude to risk, into something that's going to deliver on that basis. There's no point having a mishmash between somebody's attitude and a product that's being delivered. We want to make sure that fit is very solid for the client individually, and most importantly, I think, we actually review it on a quarterly basis to make sure that the attitude to risk hasn't changed, and actually the delivery of the product within that risk profile is still being delivered according to the client's needs. So it's that ongoing service that we find most valuable and very different in this marketplace. In a nutshell, transparency. We wanted to make sure that the products that we were offering were completely transparent, and we find that there's a little bit of opaque with a lot of the products that are being offered in the market. Now, we often had to fight with understanding where the actual costs are in some of the products. So there are marketing machines that will actually deliver very slick products if you like, that will be attractive to the market, let's say in an advertising campaign, they may not quite deliver what it is we'd like to deliver. And we stood back from it and said, well, what would we like to buy if we were a customer in this marketplace? And we thought, well, we would like to buy something like the product that we have now got for sale. We call it the 321 account. The name actually indicates the charges that are applied very clearly for the customer or the client. We realised or recognised that there was somewhere between, let's say, the most expensive product and completely free that had to be fair for the client, because our services and our experience doesn't come free. We do have a fee. We'd just like to explain exactly what that fee is to clients at the outset so they understand it, and then make sure that any unnecessary charges are removed from this type of product. So the product that we've got, the product that we've launched, and the reason we launched it was in a way out of frustration from trying to work out which was the best product. Instead, we wiped the slate clean and said, well, what would we really like to deliver for our clients in a fair, transparent, cost-effective way, stripping out all the nonsense and saying, right, this is it. This is the product that we think would be really good value on a commercial basis. So we're not talking about advice for free, or we're not talking about what you can do if you were to go to market yourself. We're talking about those clients who need to come to the likes of us for advice, and they accept that there will be a fee. They just want to know exactly what that fee is, and we're prepared to explain exactly what the fee is. If clients are happy with that, we can work with them for the long term. If they're not, we will, introduce them elsewhere, or recommend they go elsewhere to find a better or a cheaper or a different solution.